Hey guys, welcome to today's vlog. I'm gonna just be showing you my day. I might make this into like a little mini series about my week so you can kind of see exactly how the week kind of goes for me. I am the only social worker this week. Both my co-workers that are social workers are out on PTO, so it's just gonna be me holding down the fort. I know that I have a few inductions this week, of course, and then of course the typical patients that come into the clinic, and then the other patients as well that I'll be covering for the other clinics under my organization. So today's Monday. I've already checked the census, and so far we don't really have anyone over at the hospital. It's just like the babies that were born over the last 2 weeks. So I don't have any like new deliveries that happened over the weekend or this morning, so that's good. I do have a handful of patients, like I said, that should be being inductions in the next week or week and a half. So yeah, I'm just gonna take you guys along for this week. So yeah, that might just be its own thing, but welcome to the vlog. Let's get this day started. So first thing I typically do, I already put up my lunch because it was like leaking. I got Chipotle, but somehow it was leaking. So I'm gonna attach my keys to my book bag. This is my little workbook bag. It's beige. It's their traditional book bag. And because my coworker's not here, I'm putting it on the farthest one because people like to come in here. Next, I'm going to start up my computer. So next, I'm going to open up my email. I'm also going to open up Epic, which is what our hospital uses to do everything like the census, notes, medications, and things like that. So I'm going to open up those two things and we'll be getting started.
And you're a student, you said? Yeah, 1 year. Fourth year. Fourth year. Gosh, your parents must be so proud.
I'm also going to be checking off the calendar for this month, and so I'm up to date. Ouch. I'm going to turn on my Skype so people know that I'm available. So I have no missed calls and no voicemails to follow up with, so that's great. I checked the babies that are in the NICU and like nursery. Most of them are in the NICU if they've been here this long, since last week, and just checking to see if the parents have visited, if they've called, if there have been any issues that develop with the baby or the parents or staff and stuff like that. So that's what I have already checked. Wow. I didn't realize that I had water in here from when I washed it. I also need to wipe down my desk today. She needs some TLC. So luckily I don't have any patients coming until 9 o'clock this morning. It's currently 8:22. So we have pretty much a busy schedule today, it seems like. Actually, no, not really. Like, it's the same patients, but they need a lot of care. So typically when my coworkers are out, I don't typically leave early, but I'm not gonna be staying here until 4:30. Like, especially if I have to work some hours on Friday. Yeah. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna go say hi to the rest of the staff so that they know that I'm here and doesn't think that social work abandoned them this week. So, yeah. So I wanted to provide some context for this phone call that you guys are about to see and listen to. I had a patient who was unable to enroll in residential treatment. She was just recently released from jail and she wanted to immediately enroll. However, there were complications with her insurance. So I was calling her insurance to check in to see if
it was
why
like
there was a denial for her, for it to be covered, and for her to be able to go and get treatment, and if there was just something that we were missing or if there was something that I could help with. So that's what this call is about.
Okay, so if that date is incorrect, what would be like the limit? Okay. And do you know, like, once she's released, when that time frame would, like, she'll be able to enroll in any residential? Okay, because she's due in September. Okay. So could she participate in the outpatient? Okay. Okay, I'm ready. Okay. 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 All right, thank you. Bye. Okay. I'm exhausted. Let's call this number. 673. Let's see if my coworker put me down.
If you are a new Medicaid or unfunded client seeking treatment, please press 2 if you are a Medicaid or unfunded client wanting to check in on the wait list. Thank you for holding. One of our staff will be with you shortly to help you find the substance use treatment solution that is right for you. We appreciate your patience and know how much courage it takes to make this important call. Our highly credentialed staff utilizes the latest addiction medicine research and techniques to work with those struggling to quickly get them back on track. We are in network with all major commercial insurance plans. You are first in line. Please continue to hold, and someone will be with you shortly. Has specific programs focusing on substance use disorders, trauma, depression, anxiety, and other co-occurring issues. We're licensed by the state of Illinois and accredited by the Joint Commission. Addiction Medicine, Saving Lives.
Good morning, my name is Sydney. How may I assist you today?
Hi, Tiffany. My name is Ajane. I'm a social worker. I actually just spoke with someone because I was trying to get my patient on the waiting list. I sent a release of information, and I was just wondering what I needed to do in order to get her on the waiting list. I think she would probably need to do outpatient because she's currently incarcerated.
Okay. How long has she been incarcerated for?
I'm not exactly sure. She just left and I didn't get a chance to ask her, but my guess would be around 414.
Okay, so if it's been, a few months like that, we wouldn't be able to assist in any type of residential program. What we would recommend is that when she is released, to reach out to us and we can discuss the outpatient options for sure. But that's something that she'd have to do once released.
Okay, so I can't help with the outpatient part, like putting her on a waiting list?
We don't have a wait list for our outpatient.
Okay.
We're only trying to get that facilitated as quickly as possible when clients reach out. So that's why we advise if someone's incarcerated looking for treatment to give us a call once they are released so that we can get an assessment set up and then subsequently get started with that outpatient as soon as possible.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Of course, you're welcome. You take care and have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
I haven't really had to worry about the whole like outpatient or residential aspect because most of my patients are not incarcerated. So this is going to be interesting. So far this morning, it is 10:30 exactly on the dot, and I've seen 3 patients. I'm tired. I almost ran into 2 of my coworkers. So I finished the note on the first 2. I'm gonna do an updated note on this patient that I called and spoke with people at Gateway, and then I need to update this other note on this patient that I saw. So I'm about to do that, get that started. And we have like 2 no-shows so far this morning. Okay, we're trucking along. I'm gonna turn on a little bit of music so that I can keep myself up because I'm about to fall asleep. Or maybe I'll listen to like a murder podcast.
Before we get into today's video, I do want to let you guys know that this video is for educational.
She's not my fave,
Please remember to
but
mind-
she'll do.
So I spent a few minutes getting my notes together, going through my emails that just recently came in, answering any Skypes that came in, and just following up on all of the things that I had to do from seeing the patients. So I just took some time to chart, follow up on some things, and get ready for the next bunch of patients that were supposed to be coming in later on in the morning. Okay, I'm gonna call this patient really quick. See if I can get. Sounds like a baby.
Please leave your message for...
Yes, no one will answer a call right now, but if you leave a name, telephone number, and brief message, I'll be glad to get back with you. Thank you, and God bless.
Hi, this is Ajane, one of the social workers at there. I am calling to reach
I wanted to just give you some information, and then I am also wanting to see if you had identified or figured out a name for the baby. If you could give me a call back, that'd be greatly appreciated. I'm at 3. Thanks. Have a good day. I'm just gonna chart. I had a call from someone's, well, not a call, an email asking if I could help assist in finding baby's name, but so right here, I'm just completing the communication note on Epic, and I just complete these drop-down menus, these options of who I attempted to call, and it usually has the patient's name and or emergency or HIPAA contacts, and if I was able to successfully reach the patient, and if I wasn't, how was the communication? Was it an invalid phone number? Did I leave a voicemail? Did I talk to another person or individual? Did I leave a message with them? So I answer those questions, and then I could proceed to type my note, and I include details of my purpose for the call, and if my call was unsuccessful, what I did in order to leave this voicemail, and if I'm gonna be able to follow up or plan to follow up later on. And then I just sign the note, and that's it. You ever feel like you just have so much to do? And I'm not just talking about work. I'm just talking about my life in general. It feels a little chaotic. I just have a lot, like, mentally that I need to, like, compartmentalize and organize so that my brain can think. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go check in and see where these patients are. One doesn't really need much involvement, and I don't think both of them do. They're both my co-workers' patients, so I don't really know them. And then after these two, I have a break, so I don't have anybody that's supposed to come in until about 12:45. But she's a new patient, so sometimes they take forever to come in. Like they keep delaying their initial appointment. So I don't know. I think she's been one that's been like no showing a lot. Like every week we schedule her once or twice within the week and she doesn't show. So I don't know if she'll show. Sometimes they'll surprise us and show up when they're scheduled. But yeah, I will have a little bit of a break, and then we have about three or four patients coming in this afternoon. So I suspect that I might be able to leave early. I did also get a staff message from another clinic about a patient. She looks like it might be like domestic violence. So they want her to be seen by a physician, well, a social worker at her next appointment, which her next appointment is at the end of the month. I'm just gonna respond. We will put her down on the list to see at her next. I can see an appointment
wish I had like one contact person for like domestic violence, like a lawyer or like an advocate that I can just like connect the patient and the advocate together so they can assist with that, because that's not something that I'm super familiar with, like the process of restraining order and like the legal aspects of it. I don't want to like give misinformation or false information. So okay, I'm gonna save that on my list so I know to follow up with her. I'm also gonna leave a little note. And yeah, let's go check on these other 2 patients, and then I have a phone call for lunch. So okay, let's go. So here I'm just following up on notes, doing some research on some different resources that I can provide or prep for a patient. And then my coworker came in and we chatted for a little bit. She wanted to tell me something, and so I obviously cut what she was saying out. But yeah, we just had about a 5-minute conversation, and then I got back to work.
Okay, so she's collecting money
Oh.
up into the $30,000. She got $37,000. People are going to work every.
Was trying to get some fresh air, but it's too hot. So I'm about to eat and then carry on with the second half of the day. Alrighty. Okay, everybody else checked out. I was like, why is people still here?
Heard you coming.
Yeah. Information. I'm going to be really transparent and honest with you guys that during this period of my life, I was going through a lot in my personal life, and I was trying my best to just stay above water. And a lot of what we do is give a lot of ourselves to our patients as social workers, and just trying to be there for other people in our lives. And I often neglected myself during this period of taking care of my mental health and taking care of my physical health, my emotional health, and just trying to figure out a way to just get through each day. And it was hard. It was difficult. I was going through a big transition in my life, making some very big decisions in my life, and no one could really help me with that but myself. And I did my best, and sometimes it didn't feel like it was a lot,
but it was enough to get me through. And I just want to encourage anybody who's going through things that as a social worker, it's okay to go through things. It's okay to express yourself and to not feel like you can do it all, that you did it all, or that you even gave your best. How you show up today is just, that has to be good enough. And this was one of those days where it just had to be good enough. And as you saw, I was pretty busy, pretty overwhelmed. I was trying my best to fight for some of my patients in some of the areas that they asked for. And I hit a lot of roadblocks, and it happens, and it gets the best of us. But I just want to encourage you guys that I am out of that period, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. However, I did have to go through it, and I just love that this space allows me to be real and transparent and to show the realities of being a human being and being a social worker and being a daughter and a friend and a granddaughter and a worker, an employee, but still yet trying to figure out what my dreams and my goals are, and learning how to encourage myself through these moments. So I love you guys so much. I thank you guys so much for all of your patience throughout the last 7 months of me not posting, as I was going through some really challenging and hard and difficult things and transitioning into spaces unknown. And I'm in a better place. I'm not exactly well, but I'm getting there. And I'll see you guys in the next video.